So you have followed Tibetan Buddhism. That's been your path.
Yeah.
What about that, again, resonates with you personally? Why do you think you found it or it found you?
Well, I think I do have to clarify, because there seems to be a lot of misunderstanding out there, that Buddhists have always practiced yoga. It was just considered a secret practice because it's so powerful. So Buddhism is not new to yoga, and yoga is not new to Buddhism. The most important thing I can convey right now about this question is that India, Tibet, and China all shared the same original teachers 2,000, 3,000 years ago. Master J. Tsongkhapa, Lord Atisha, Nguma, Naropa, Milarepa, Master Shantideva, all of these teachers emerged out of India. And they, like all teachers, spread their teachings around, right? Like teachers here at Wanderlust, they go to Yoga Journal, they go to here, they go do workshops here, they go to Canada, they go to India. They do all this stuff. It was no different back then. And the teachings that were in India, a good part of them went to Tibet, where they happened to be preserved perfectly on woodcut blocks that don't deteriorate. So the teachings that are carved into these wooden blocks, upon which there are thousands, the Kangyur and the Tengyur, are the words as they were spoken by these teachers exactly 2,500 years ago. So we say a little bit in India there's a game of telephone, only because they wrote their teachings on palm fronds, which have deteriorated over time due to neglect, the weather, and insects. And so there's a little bit of a feeling of you're not sure that what you're getting, since it's such a profoundly oral tradition, that what you're getting is the actual teachings as they were given. So it isn't that Tibetan Buddhism and Hinduism, or whatever's going on, you want to call what's going on in India with the yoga world, are disparate or separate paths or parallel paths. They were the same path. They came from the same teachers. They just separated because India was being invaded over and over again, and it wasn't safe. So yoga went underground, and a bunch of the teachings fled to Tibet, where, as you know, they were sacrosanct for 900 years because they were isolated from the rest of the world. So nobody, in other words, nobody got in there and fucked around with it. The recipe remains the same. As a result, your cake rises when you follow the steps to the path to enlightenment. It works. The Tibetan lineages have produced thousands and thousands of people who have reached the goal of yoga. So with Conquering Lion, I tried to draw what we actually succeeded in doing is bringing the same original teachings that were in India but were preserved in Tibet back into the program, and then combine it with sort of the Jivamukti, crazy vinyasa breathing, oh my God, you're killing me, yoga class. And so when you have those two things together, when you have the inner teachings, which is about meditation and about kindness and compassion and your inner body, your Ida, your Nadi, your Pingala, all of the subtle body stuff that a lot of teachers and students don't know about, when you combine that stuff with the breathing and the asana and everything else you're doing with your body, the chanting, we call that joining inner and outer methods together. It's like if you had a broken toilet, would you go get a wrench and pound on the outside of it, hoping that it would eventually drain? Or do you get the Drano and just pour it down and watch it go down? We say the Drano is the inner method. It's much faster than the outer method. But you do both. You put the Drano in and you bang on the side of it, and the whole thing happens much faster. You can actually reach the goal of yoga in short order if you know the steps, if you have the correct teachings, and if you practice assiduously and devotedly and with the right intention, you can accomplish the goal. I mean, there is nothing separating anybody in this whole world from Jesus or Muhammad or Mother Teresa or Saint Teresa of Avila. We all share the same biology. There is absolutely nothing except chronic low self-esteem, it must be, that prevents people from reaching for the goal of yoga, which is to become a realized being. I mean, what the hell else are we doing here? There's more to life than just like getting bigger and better apartments, bigger and better girlfriends or boyfriends, more money, more status, more sex with lots of different interesting people. I mean, if you've been around the block a couple times, you realize that, oh my God, I've been wasting 30 years on this stuff and it's not working. Like, this actually isn't bringing me happiness. And of course it never will, because the cause of happiness is making other people happy, And we've been trained to make ourselves happy, and at a great cost, our own happiness. So yoga teaches you, like, you want to be happy, you got to make other people happy. That's basic karma. What goes around comes around, and what comes around goes around. So you gotta, you want love, you gotta love. You want money, you gotta give people money. You want respect, you gotta give respect. You want to be famous, make somebody else famous. It's pretty straightforward, It's very hard to do. Very hard to do.